Hello everyone, in this video we will be discussing about English. So this video contains idioms and phrases, and along with them I'll have explained the meanings of the idioms and the phrases and their usage, that how these phrases and idioms can be used in the sentence. So this would be very helpful for all the competitive exams. So before moving on, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it. So let's move on to the video and see the first phrase or the idiom. The first phrase is the at the drop of a hat. So the meaning is, we can understand that when the hat drops, you just catch it. So it is just something you do it instantaneously. Okay. So the meaning is something is happening instantly without any delay. Okay. Suppose you have a hat on your head and as soon as it drops, you catch it. So it is like something which is very spontaneous or which is very instantaneous, which is very immediate without any delay. So that is at the drop of the hat. This is the meaning. Let's see the usage. We are all packed and ready to go. We can leave at the drop of a hat. That is, we can leave immediately. So whenever this phrase is there, so you can see it, meaning is immediately. This is the at the drop of the hat is immediately. Next. To cost an arm and leg. So see, for a human being, the arm and leg is everything. Okay. So cost an arm and leg means something which is very expensive. Okay. So this is which cost everything. That is something which is very expensive is the meaning of this phrase. So it is fuel these days cost arm and leg. That is, we can say fuel these days have become very expensive or very costly. So this is very expensive. Next, once in a blue moon, like a blue moon, it comes after some time, after a very long period of time. So once in a blue moon means something which is very rare. So we can say an event that happens infrequently. So blue moon is not frequent. Suppose you are not visiting your friends regularly. So you can say you visit your friends once in a blue moon. So it is something which happens infrequently. That is once in a blue moon. So let's see the usage, that how it is used in a sentence or how it can be used in the fill in the blanks in your exams. I only go to cinema once in a blue moon means I rarely go to cinema or I infrequently go to cinema. So the once in the blue moon means infrequently. Okay. Next one. It is the same thing. To feel under the weather. Okay. To feel under the weather means you are not feeling well. That is to feel under the weather. So under the weather means you are not feeling well. You are under the weather. You are below. You are low. So it is you are not feeling weather. Under, you can say it is under means low. You are feeling low. So it is if you don't feel well, you can use this phrase to feel under the weather. The best way to remember these idioms and phrases is you should use them in your daily life. Then only you would be able to relate this when you attempt it in the question in the exam. Okay, next. I'm really feeling under the weather today. I have a terrible cold, because under the weather means I'm really feeling low. I'm not feeling well. So because I have a terrible cold. So this is the sentence in which you can use it. Next, to hit the nail on the head. So it is to describe exactly what is causing a situation or a problem. It is to hit the nail on the head. That is, you are exactly pointing out. So this is the cause of this problem. So you exactly know. So that is exactly knowing the cause. To hit the nail means exact. See, hit the nail on the head means you are hitting the nail correct on the position. So exactly know what is causing a situation or what is causing a problem. So exactly is the key word here. So hit means exactly. The nail on the head means what is the cause, what is causing a problem or a situation. So this is how you can remember it or relate it. How we can use it. He hit the nail on the head when he said these companies need more HR support. So he just said that he exactly said what is causing the problem. So this is the sentence in which you can use it. Next, a tip of an iceberg. So, okay, this is a very common thing. Whenever you saw an iceberg, so the iceberg would be a big one. The tragedy of Titanic also, from the when we saw the iceberg, so it would be lesser in the above the water and it would be more below the water. So it is something from which you know less information, but it is more than that what we know about it. So that is the tip of the iceberg. Let's see. Only a small, often unrepresentative portion of something much larger or complex that can't yet be seen or understood. That is what a iceberg is. Iceberg would be above the water. If the size of the iceberg is something like this, below the water it would be more big. So that is, it is only small portion is known to us. The bigger portion is not, bigger and more complex portion is not known. That is known as a tip of iceberg. That is, we can see only the tip of the iceberg. We cannot see the whole problem. We are seeing only the portion of something which is much larger and which is much complex. So example is, the problem that you see here now are just the tip of the iceberg. That is, the problem that you are seeing is just a small problem. There are numerous disasters waiting to happen. So there are numerous more bigger problems which are waiting to happen. So that is, whenever we say you don't know about this thing, you know just a little bit about this thing. In that sense, we can use the tip of the iceberg. Next is, put oneself in one's place. This is very easy. You have to understand the feeling of others. Okay, you have to understand how that person feel, putting yourself in his place. That is, to think from another point of view, another person's point of view, you can say that. Okay, so suppose let's see the usages. What was I supposed to do? Try to put yourselves in my place. So if I say you try to put yourself in my place, so you try to think being me. That is what this sentence is. So next usage is, it is easy to be understanding if you always put yourselves in other person's place. Okay, you can understand other person by putting himself, by putting yourself in his place. If you put yourself in my place, you would understand why I did that. So these are the three different types of usages of putting oneself in one's place. That is, you from thinking from another person's point of view. This is what it is. The next one, back to grind. So it means something you are grinding and you had some break, and after that you are going back to grind. So that is going back to your work. Grinding is a work and going back to your work is back to grind. That is, going back to your work after a break is back to grind. So let's see some usages. There are around 3 usages. Okay, everyone, break time is over, get back to grind. So get back to work. Okay, back to grind for me. I'll catch you later means I'm going to work and I'll catch you later. Time to get back to grind. I need to finish so I can leave on time. It is time to finish my work. Time to get back to my work. I need to finish it so I can live. So back to grind is going back to live, going back to work. So this was all about the idioms. If you want to master in them, you have to use these idioms regularly in your day-to-day life while conversing with your friends. Then only you would be able to remember it and you would be able to recall the meanings. There are so many idioms and I'll be there with more videos on idioms. Keep watching. Thank you.